Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Please kindly like, share and subscribe, and always comment as well. So that we have more live videos. We need 50 subscribers. So far we have 10. We need 40 more to have live videos. And I believe live videos will give us more authenticity, more transparency in our trades. So this is ZIZA, and I'm going to take you through ZIZA FOREX STRATEGY. For those who are new to this channel, please go and see the previous videos to get a feel of the strategy and see if it benefits all of you who are traders, especially the new ones. Like the previous video, this is where we are in terms of our back testing. Our account started from $1,000 and we're on right now 692.17. And yeah, let's continue back testing. We still have a few more years to go, about 5 years to go. Let's see if the strategy is able to make more wins or more profits than losses, right? Yeah, so this is where we're just looking for a point of interest where we got here around here. It's not very clear. It's very minimal. Okay. Now, point of interest usually is some other people call it fair value gap, right? So it's a very tiny one, but I'm looking to place a trade. At most, I have 2 trades in a given area, okay? Because it limits my losses, okay? Mainly limits my losses. Fine, can also limit my profits, but that is my principle of the strategy, okay? So the area I'm talking about is between this and this. So in this area, okay, from here to here, I'm limiting my trades to 2. And our profit targets are either this area down here or up here, okay? We can't know until we follow what the strategy is telling us to do. All right, let me just draw the trend lines. Trend lines disappear once you change the what? The time frame. Maybe these guys need to work on that up. See if they can make the trend line still visible after changing the time frame. I've drawn our trend lines. Okay, so let's wait for price to reach this area and we see. Okay, it reached that area, but it didn't really show us what we're looking for in terms of our candle patterns right here. But also, if you look at the lowest point, the lowest candle here, which I think is this one, it was 29. Okay, it was 29. Meaning it was oversold, so we were waiting for a buy that around here, but we're waiting for a candlestick pattern. If this was RSI, the RSI basically, okay, it's a tool, just helps us to know, give us confidence to see if our trades are going to go in a given direction, basically, but it doesn't guarantee that they will go in that direction. So it's just a tool. So so our RSI, we look for RSIs if this counter trend is going downwards and the daily is going upwards. Okay, we look for an RSI that is able to break this, cause a break in this trend line. I call it a counter trend line because our daily is going up. Okay, so it's 29 currently. So then we look for a given area of interest, which is supposed to be a fair value gap. For those who don't know fair value gap, it's just an area of interest that shows possibly price may change in that area, either go up in the opposite direction, depending on how you interpret it. I'm not too much of the technical on those terms, just like it's not guaranteed that the more you know, the more you'll succeed, right? It's not a guarantee. So yeah, So now what I do usually, I validate this area here as part of a trend line. So let me play it for a second. Okay, so I'm going to validate it. I'm going to eliminate one trend line, which is that one, to validate it, because price showed significant movement in that area. So as I validate it, I'm going to our RSI here. You have to watch it. It's 25. So it's showing an oversold area, and the 25 RSI has probably caused the change in price movement, which has broken this trend line here. So it's going up, and this is our area of interest. Only have one area of interest because of this area it has formed. You can see this candle here, right? It's different from other candles in that the body of the candle, okay, for those who don't know, the body, it's just this thick green, I'll call it a box of this candle in between the previous wicks of this, the candle before, the candle after. So this is what I call an area of interest. So when price goes there, I look for a specific candle pattern, of which I'll explain, and yeah, look for a trade. Fine, price reached our target points here, but still hasn't shown probably a lower point from this one, like a lower low, like in terms of a break of structure. So let's wait for price to reach there. Okay, it has reached, but it hasn't formed the exact candle pattern I'm looking for. Not yet. Okay, it's slightly forming an engulfing kind of pattern. So usually when it doesn't form a bullish engulfing kind of pattern is a candle that I would say overrides this bearish kind of pattern, like it covers like this one, right? This one. So it hasn't formed, so but it has formed on around here. So I usually take this one. Okay, it's not so clear, but let me give it the benefit of a doubt. My stop loss would be somewhere around here, just above this wick at a given area here, and I'm minimizing little risk basically for a profit target of all the way up to here. So I would consider that as a good risk to reward ratio. So usually I wait for either close of a kind of below this line, or if I see it's not going to go in my direction, I just wait for a wick that hits this line. But usually it's what? It's a candle close. Oh, I forgot to enter. Let me enter. All right, 7.2. Price looks like it's going down. Okay, price looks like it's going down. My own experience, when price consolidates in this area that we have entered, most likely it's going to go down. But let's wait and see. Let's see how many trades we can see if there's a consolidation here and goes in the opposite direction. But still, the candle hasn't closed. But let's continue our trade. We are -5, which is okay. All right, price has closed below. All right, so it's -$17, which is not bad. And considering our profit targets, it would be a very good risk to reward ratio. So people fear losses, right? But the biggest step for a trader is to stop fearing losses. That's when he evolves from beginner trader to probably more better trader. So let's close 674. It's not bad. Now I look for one more trade. If it fails, I'm out of this area. Not yet. Not yet. I'm looking for that engulfing kind of pattern. Alright, you have it here. It's a bit far from around here, but I'm going to set my targets low. my stop loss a bit low here, just above this wick. Sorry, below in this case, around here. So I'm going to enter as a what? A buy, and let's wait and see what happens. Yeah, price is going up and come back down as well. See, it's respecting this trend line, right? So let's wait and see. We gave the other trend line the benefit of doubt, so let's wait and see. All right, almost tweaked out, but I mean to wait for a close. So if you reach 50 subscribers, you see this being more of a live feed, right? This is going to be recorded videos, unfortunately. But I prefer more of live because you can see what I'm doing on real time, basically. So price has broken that area. So basically, let's wait and see what it's going to do. It may continue up, it may continue down, but you can see already making a profit currently, right, of 68.62. This is one lot size. I don't know if how true that is for this amount of money. Maybe in the markets it's different, different amounts. Okay, but you can see we are already making some profits. Now you can have different profit targets according to your personality. If you're looking at getting quick money, okay, you can have profit targets at any one of these levels, right? Either here or here, depending on your personality. But for me, I always look for specific profit targets and I stick to them. So this is a profit target I'm sticking to. So another way to look at it is to have very many trades. Okay, not many trades, but let's say you have 2 to 3 trades of the same currency in the same area, and you close some of the trades, right, in the different levels and take some of the profits, right, and you let one continue. That's one way to also look at it. At the end of the day, you still, in case price goes against you, you still make a loss on each of all those trades, right, a small loss. But at the end of it, if it goes in your direction, you have 3 trades that have given you profits, right? It just depends on your personality and what you're comfortable with. Yeah, so let's continue. Let's play it out. Now, at this point in time, price may even go down, right? This is a possibility, but it either has to hit this level or this level up here. Now, let's play it. Let me see. Okay, price is going up. All right, I've hit our profit target, right? Remember, we have only had 2 trades in this area. This area between here and here, and I've hit our profit targets. So other people can have different trading styles or leave it at that. The reason I have these profit targets is that price sometimes when it hits this area can go against you back to hit this area again. So that's why strictly we have to have targets that help us, right? You wouldn't want to be in deep profits at the again if you have one trade and then go back into a loss. Doesn't make sense. So I'm going to close this trade and can see it's 795.94. So we are out of that area. Let us look for other areas to trade. So if I play the daily, you can see it has passed that area, right? So what I do, I eliminate all lines. I look for other areas to trade. So it has gone up. You can see how much profit we'd be making, right? Yeah. So let's look for another area to trade. Okay, price is going up. Just imagine you had an ongoing open trade, right? You'll still be making a lot of profits at the end of the day, depending on your lot size. Okay, we've got a kind of interest, right? So Another area, remember our area before, it was here, between here and here, of which and here, which we targeted this trade, and it pushed all the way up here, right? So the next area again, as price is going up, okay, an area is defined at the moment as an area between a high, okay, that has just formed, which I'm marking right now, and the low that has just formed, and the candle, the signal is the candle, the kind of interest that has just formed as well in the market. That's what I consider as an area of trade. So I've just got a new term, an area of trade is what I'm going to be calling this area here. So like I said, I target only what? Two trades in this area. Between here and here, only two trades. Okay. Some of you may have personalities that want more trades. Okay, but there's always two ways to the end point, two or three ways. Is that in all those trades, you'll either make a lot of profits in all those trades, or you'll make a break even. Okay, you neither make a profit or a loss because the trades cancel out each other. Okay, depending on how you define your own break even, or you will make all losses. So you're depending on your account size basically and how much your risk depends. But if you have a restricted number, okay, of two trades, there at any one point in time, if your risk to reward ratio is based on these 2 points, here and here, okay, your profits will always be higher than your what? Than your losses as a must. Understand? If one trade fails and your second succeeds, okay, your risk to reward ratio will always give you a profit that is always higher. Okay, so that's why I consider this as a very good strategy for my personality. And the goal is repetition. Some of you come to Forex, have different reasons to come for Forex. Some of you need quick money, some of you are in debt, understand? But the important thing is the strategy at the end of the day. Without it, you're going to make losses. And the markets do not spare anyone. However educated you are, however much you know all the jargons in Forex, it doesn't care really. The price went out of our area of interest, as you can see. Sorry, our area of trade, and we will wait for it to form a new area of trade. So the most important goal is not to give up in Forex, right? So looking for highs and lows, it's really challenging sometimes to do that. So you try to see, is this a high, is this a low, is this a high, this is a low. It's not very clear. Price didn't really form. It's not very satisfying according to me. So I'm just going to consider this as one move from here to here, right? This is a more bit more convincing for me, from like this to this, but here it's almost flat, right? Yes, some of you may say it's almost flat and consider this, but it depends on your personality, right? On what you can consider what is a low, what is a high. So it depends on you. You can consider this and see that this is an area of interest from here to here, an area of trade, sorry. But let me do what my personality fits. Okay, so let's mark our highs and lows. Our kind of interest. It's the one which defines our area of trade. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, you can have our counter trend line, as you see. It's important to note that the first videos, I was not more precise as I am now in terms of looking for areas of interest, or I was not explaining. But the most important thing is to try the strategy and see if it works. Basically, if it doesn't work for you, I mean, you can look for another strategy that works for you. But this one, as we shall see on the things on the currencies, we're going to test all these currencies, all of them, and we see if it makes profits or losses. You can always reach me out on email. My email is in the description below. Okay, price looks like it has broken that trend line. Do we have an area of interest? None at the moment, so let's wait for probably one. Okay. You'd want an area of interest that's close to this trend line. This one here, not very far. Right now, from what I see, it's like it is somewhere here, somewhere here, right? Let me see here. Somewhere here. It's it's quite minimal, but the size does not matter at the end of the day. Because sometimes price goes to this area and goes up, and sometimes even when it's a large one, price does not respect that area to go in the opposite direction, so it doesn't matter. So in my own definition, I would think that this area of interest is influenced by either the number of traders here, either having trades that are yet to be opened to push price in a given direction. So some of it now, imagine, let's wait for this one to play out and we see. Sometimes it does not come at all. Sometimes it does not come, other times it comes. So let's be patient. Okay, price came. As you can see, price hit this area. So this area probably had a number of traders having their trades, or it had stop losses, depending on what you think, and cause this push up here, right? But one is, this push is not enough. I need to have another kind of pattern, right? Like always. So it has formed, right? The kind of pattern has formed right here. This is an engulfing kind of pattern. It's just giving me confidence that most likely price may continue up. So I'm going to put my stop losses around here, just above, below this wick. It can be any area depending on what you can say around here, but for me, according to me, I think let me put it somewhere around here. I'm going to enter my trade as a buy, targeting this area here, right? And you can see the risk to reward ratios are always in my favor. Cool. Price is about to hit that area. Almost. It has hit that area, 76 USD. Okay, so we can decide to leave the trade. If you had decided to leave the previous trade, would be in deep profits, right? But you've got 76, and this is what you're going to take. And we look for another area. So let's close 872, and now we go back to daily. Okay, this is what showed in the daily, right? But now we are finished trading in this area, so we just have to wait for price to leave this area and to look for another entry. Whatever happens, we don't care at the moment, right? We are done trading. So all these days we're not trading. Probably if it was a live market, I um would have looked for other currencies to trade. So you can see. Now if you're still chasing the markets, you can see how many losses and profits you'd make here, right? So if you had waited in your trade, price would have gone and stopped you out, right? Because it didn't fully, okay, it fully passed here, but if you are waiting for it to continue up, it didn't. It's the price came back down. That's why I say this line here should serve as a target point, basically. So now if you are still chasing the market, just imagine how many losses and profits you'd make here. But I think you'd be making more of losses. So let's wait. Okay, it looks like it's going to go down. So when it goes down, I'm looking for another break. It's just moving down, but it's not validating the move down, right? So I'm trying to, okay, it has now validated the move down because it formed another low, went slightly higher and broke that low. So it's validating a move